Hello, my name is Megan Alderson. I was supposed to see Renee Rapp, but I can't see her. And I'm acting up.
That's really tragic.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jordan Skidmore. I can write my name in Ukrainian.
Nice.
And I'm acting up.
You can write your name in... Sorry, you can write your name in Ukrainian.
Shh, you're not meant to be here.
Sorry,
Put the microphone up to your mouth. Okay, there's someone else is here.
Oh, just bloody introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Nathan Francis, and I'm trying to think of really... I have not prepared a fun fact for myself. I've got green eyes.
Oh,
you actually do, because that was a guess from me.
Yeah, I do have green eyes.
Wow.
And I'm acting up.
Wow, yeah, that was my random
Nice.
suggestion, but clearly
Really
no, that's fine. For explanation, I work with a lovely Ukrainian girl called Ivanka, and my job is quite mundane. So I've just been like, hey, how do you write my name? And now every day I think of new words.
And
I can't speak
my name,
Ukrainian,
can't you?
but I can write it really beautifully.
What's
really
the most
beautifully.
weird word you can write?
Strawberry.
Oh.
It's polonezia, which is polonezia.
Bolognese.
Not bolognese.
I was going to say, it
I'm
sounds
probably
like
saying it wrong.
bolognese.
Ivanka, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. But that's like just quite a hard word to write, and I learnt how.
Wow. Have you got anything more interesting facts for you, or is it just the green eyes?
Just the green eyes.
Okay, you know what? That's fine.
Beautiful
green eyes.
They're just two big balls in my face. That's all I
Two
can
big
say.
balls
Yeah.
in your face. That's an
That's
interesting.
where Nathan likes it, apparently.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Megan and I don't have any updates for you because we saw each other yesterday.
And then I'm going to see you again Wednesday night until Thursday. I'm sick of you.
Although Megan's saying she's sick of me now. Megan once had to deal with me being literally on her sofa for 3 days, because of a hangover.
Yeah.
So
Really
that was
bad
bad.
hangover.
I was right where you are now.
3
Oh, I was
days.
supposed to say, I thought
Bad.
this is where you were, and I was like, can I move to a different spot? Is it somewhere else?
yeah, there's plenty of spots in here. Yeah, Megan has been subject to my presence.
It's fine. I make you food. I feel like a mum when you come around.
Oh, thank you.
I know. I don't have a choice.
Ah, I can make food.
Okay.
What do you want?
Vegan?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that in the
I'm a good
future.
cook.
Okay.
I just don't
trust
like
you.
it. I just don't like it.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of enjoy it. I like people eating my food and I go,
No, see, I don't, because I'm like, why have I put all this effort in and everyone's just eating it in 2 minutes, including me? It's
that's
gone.
the one thing. That's
gone.
what I hate about cooking
I
sometimes.
spent half an hour
Really?
cooking veg and it's gone.
Or if it's like
What the fuck?
so much prep.
I'll eat and then I'll watch someone eat and I'm just staring at them until they go, and if they go, I'm like, you don't like it, do you? It's fine if you don't like it. Like, it's
Some
fine.
tears coming down my face.
Yeah. Like, it's
That's
fine.
what it's
I
like,
don't know how. I spent hours making this.
That's why I'm an actor, just so I can keep Megan happy.
No, you like my food.
The
Shut the
whole
fuck
time,
up.
yeah.
I
Just
do.
practicing.
I can't wait for my soup. I'm buzzing.
Okay, enough about my fucking cooking. Nathan, tell us about you.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Hi. I work in the film industry.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Unlike us.
He's successful, everybody. He's actually successful.
We're like acting up as a podcast for unsuccessful people, and then we keep having really successful guests. This is crazy. It's fine. Me and Megan are here to fill the unsuccessful closure. Okay, question 1.
Oh my god.
When are you using nepotism to get Megan and I a role in a film?
Listen, I don't have any nepotism in my...
The lies already.
The thing, okay, right. We understand you're not a casting director, but come on, we're desperate.
I'll
we're
pull
available.
I'll
we're
pull some
free.
heartstrings.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
do the
yeah,
best I can.
Yeah, cool.
So when are we going to be on? No,
Sorry. tell us what you do.
So I work with all the crowd and all the extras. It's like the booking of them, the fittings and all that sort of stuff. So like the A to B from them, from knowing what the scene of like a particular film's going to be. You might want to have like 2 passerbys, but the 2 passerbys have got to be wearing like 1980s costumes.
Yeah.
So then my job and then my boss, the crowd second, our job would be to speak to an agency, find some extras, and you can...
So you kind of do casting. Funny
Yeah,
how.
I know, funny how I've just...
So you could get us a job, Jordan.
But Megan, I don't think we're allowed to be extras.
Okay, carry on.
we're like main events.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
That's true.
Hey, but actually, no, I am desperate and I would do anything, just to be clear.
Please.
Hey, anything.
I'm
Sorry,
a great
carry
passerby. Yeah, and then you just have to like match the brief of what the director wants.
Kind of sounds like you're just like creating the vibe.
I think that's what's so good about it, because like with that is you do get to have a lot of creativity, not as much as for what my role is, but seeing that whole process is like the crowd second will sit down with the director and they'll say like, look, this scene is really really important because, you know, character A has got to talk to character B, and then we want to like drive the narrative where these two, like, the lady walks past and then character A gets reminded of a particular story about those two characters because they remind them of like their mum.
Yeah.
So then the crowd second will have to go, right, I'm going to have to be really particular and find the perfect two passerbys who can fit that description and satisfies what the director wants. But you can't then have like all of these like extras, profiles, and take them to the director because they're obviously
busy.
Yeah, unbelievably busy. So it's, you have that creative control as a crowd second to then, you know, do as you please and find some amazing faces and amazing people to portray these characters, but they're not, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like also as an actor though, like it's very much drilled into us, and I think it very much is a fact of acting that like no there's no such thing as like just like a background character. If you're playing a character, it doesn't matter if you're on screen or on stage for 0.5 seconds, that character has a whole life, a whole backstory, ambitions, reasoning, directions, motivations. So, you know, getting to handpick that, and then, you know, as an actor it's really fun to be like, oh, I like, you know, if you knew as that extra, like, oh, I remind this person of their mum, how would I play someone with a like maternal vibe? That sounds very fun. My question leading on from that is, have you heard of the term iPhone face?
I have not.
iPhone
face. Oh my God. Wait, guys, where have you been? Okay, you'll understand it when I say it. So there was a big like discourse on like Twitter recently about people talking about how a lot of the big actors these days just wouldn't work in period drama because they have a face that looks like it knows what an iPhone is.
Right, like so Dakota Johnson.
Yeah,
when she did the period drama.
Exactly. So people said about Dakota Johnson. People say it about like Sydney Sweeney. Like this person's face, it knows what an iPhone is. And obviously there are faces that you can see have had work that did not exist in those times. Yeah. But like I now see like a lot of discourse about people being like, oh my God, you look like like Brittany Broski always talks about how she looks like an old Victorian woman. And I'm like, so but she kind of does.
She
like,
does,
in a sexy way. So are you then, even subconsciously, if you didn't know the term, you're trying to root out the people with iPhone face?
Yeah, you are. Yeah. I've never heard.
No, I have not. I mean, I think I've heard it about the Dakota Johnson because she had like a period drama and people were like, she just doesn't fit the vibe of a period drama, like with her straight hair and stuff like that.
But it reminds me as well, we spoke about this in our drama school episode. I don't know if you've heard it. When Megan and I had to do like a casting exercise in an acting class, where you'd have to sit in front of everyone and they told you the roles that you could play. And part of that was upstairs or downstairs. So it was, if you're in Downton Abbey, would you be the upper class or the servant? Right. Literally based on your face alone.
What did you guys get?
I can't remember.
I think I got both.
I think I don't know.
Whoa.
I think I might have just been the cleaner.
Do you know what I mostly got? I mostly got like in like outside of upstairs, downstairs. It was like, I think you could play like a bitch or like an elf, and I was like, hey,
period.
And then I auditioned to play a bitch elf, and I didn't get it.
It's okay though. Oh,
it's devastating.
Devastating
news. What role you
news.
can be, and you just don't get it.
But what made you want to go into this like industry? Like what like drew you into doing this?
I just have like an absolute undying love for films.
Yeah. Have you like is that started from a very young age? Like, do you remember like that's what I want to do?
Like my really early teens, I kind of just this like absolute fascination from like how the whole process happened and how in a span of like from, you know, the early 1950s films where there would only be like an hour and 20 minutes, how you can go from not knowing a person to the beginning of the film to then at the end of the film you're bawling your eyes with tears, and or you're laughing, you've connected with these two people, you've connected with this family in the space of such a short period of time, that I feel like that's kind of what got me into like watching films more, and you kind of have that connection. And then just it sort of went from there and went to college, and then my college teacher showed me this like BFI film course you could apply for, and I was a bit like, no, I'm not going to apply for that.
Don't be silly.
Don't be so silly. And he's just like, no, just like, you've really just got to apply. Like, you've got to just fill in this form and sell yourself, and then write I love films. Films make me happy.
Films.
And then I applied, and then got in and did like 6 weekend little courses for, I think a span of like two and a bit months. Made this short film, and then just sent it off to loads of people's email addresses I could find online. Just like really selling myself, like, I made this film with the BFI. Like, can I come on a film set and just see what it's like, or experience what it's all about? And this one guy replied and kind of took me under his wing, and has been like a saving grace in a way.
Nice.
So from that one day I did with him, then it turned to 2 days, and then met someone else on another job, and then went on with them, and it just like really, really snowballs, and you never know just how one day or like one conversation can turn into
your career.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
So did you go straight from college into working?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good
I
for you.
know.
Wow.
There
you
are
skipped all
times
the
where I'm like,
uni trauma.
I wish I went to university for like the social side of stuff like that.
But I mean, we
then-
feel like that.
Yes, but obviously we went to uni, but I don't think it was the same experience as.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 'cause
ours
I
didn't have
wouldn't-
a social aspect
Really?
because we were in
was it like
9
a
till 6
drama
every day.
specific. Okay.
Yeah, it was like.
I
a
don't. I would
concert
not
tomorrow.
have been able to do uni. I've
And
said this.
obviously,
I would be crying in
yeah.
the corner because I don't really drink that much.
I think I
either.
would have
Yeah.
died of alcohol poisoning.
But when I went to go and visit my friend, and she went to a proper uni, and I was like, "Oh, the fuck do you do
Yeah,
this?"
like obviously at uni there's quite like low contact hours, whereas at drama school you're in like 9 till 6 every day minimum.
Really?
Like
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were 18 people on our course, so it's not like you have this huge like
Yeah.
at most universities they're absolutely huge, so you can socialize with people from everywhere. We were a very contained bubble of like very intense working. I mean, I
Yeah.
think
we were big personalities, as one would be at musical theatre school.
and,
as well.
and obviously everyone really wants to be there, so no one's really like, I mean, apart from Kizzy, as we learned, but
Yeah.
like she still wanted to be there, she just didn't want a career in it, but like everyone's
Yeah.
worked really hard to be there, and you can't really afford to
Yeah.
go out and go crazy.
But
Sad times.
That must be quite. Do you like find that quite hard though? Because then it's like you've gone to like a place where everyone's, turning just turned 18.
Yeah,
went there when we were
well,
18.
18,
Yeah.
but there were some like older people in their 20s.
Yeah.
And then there's also a diploma course where you can start at 16. So it was quite
Oh, right.
quite a mix, but obviously still an extremely small group. But
we finished when we were 21.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we both started fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Whereas other people obviously.
Oh, so it's
did
quite. It's like a long.
3 years.
3
was the
years.
degree.
As a, yeah.
But
well,
just
it's
a
cool.
different.
It's all
different
right.
type.
I'm just like.
We'll educate
It's
you
alright,
in this
basically, go,
aspect. University.
Come to
Yeah,
one.
like very different. So again, I think we can relate to the like, you look back, like my partner went to university, and
Yeah.
there was a like crossover where we were seeing each other, and I would sort of, whenever I could, like sneak away to sort of play pretend at this whole like uni lifestyle, and then people would be like, oh, like what they called? I can't remember what they're called. They're little groups that they go in.
Freshers and stuff.
No, like
Cliques.
not sororities. I don't even know the name.
Yeah.
But they'd be like, what this are you in? And I'd be like, society. They're like, what societies are you in? And I'd be like,
Depression.
And I'd be like, I don't really do that. I go to like musical theatre school, and they're like, oh, you're in the musical theatre society. I was like, no, it's my whole life. Not me. But yeah, it is. I feel like, it is kind of labelled as this sort of essential part of development, but
Yeah.
there's so many other
I mean, you've done
avenues.
so well without it, so
I would say, I feel like everyone would say, especially in our industry, that
Yeah.
actual experience in the
It's one
industry
thing that everyone.
is so much more valuable
Yeah.
than any training ever
100%.
is. Like,
Because
Yeah.
that's the one thing that everyone would always say is, don't go to university, just keep working, and just
yeah.
like.
And if the work ever stops, go to uni.
Yeah.
Like, get
Yeah,
the degree.
exactly.
But
That's
the,
so
work,
true.
the work's not stopping. I mean, not for us.
Not for us,
obviously.
but for you, well done.
Okay. You've worked with some
Big.
big people. Not
names.
big people.
We're not gonna
inside,
say,
but
but let's just say some big names.
Big. Would you say, I don't know, like how are they on set? How would you compare them on set to the
Like,
average
and
Joe,
also
like
obviously not
Megan
naming
and I?
names, but have you ever worked with like where you're like, okay, I know you're big in the name, but can you stop being such a diva? Like, I'm trying to just get on.
I mean, I think it's quite hard, to sort of like see that side of it.
Yeah.
Because everyone kind of like works in their own sort of like
Little
bubble on the
bubbles,
really,
yeah.
really big films. So like when I'm with the crowd on really, really big films, that's my like sole purpose. So that
Is
I
it
won't
like
really
public
spend.
speaking?
Yeah.
Because there's a
Yeah.
whole crowd of people and you're like,
Yeah.
can y'all do this?
Guys, can
It's-
you listen to me, please?
Yeah. It'll be like some of the hours I've started in the morning are like, I remember, I think it was one of the very first days I did on a film set. And I started at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like,
Fucking
oh,
hell.
oh dear God.
Oh,
Right,
God.
okay.
Oh, I need to
Ugh.
wake up. Yeah.
This is it. Yeah, and you have to like always do these big speeches, and the more I kind of felt more confident about doing them, it's kind of like, you know, morning everyone. You know, A, B, and C need to go through hair and makeup at this time, and then we need to take you here, and you have to kind of like tell them what the scene is, and tell them what the movie is, and tell them what we need them to do for the day. But like you could be standing against like 300 people and
That's crazy.
barking orders, and then kind of like
But it feels kind of good.
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Stay with your chair. Stay with your
Sometimes
chair.
mic drop.
Yeah.
But it can be really, it can be quite intimidating as well. But no, like for the most part, I've met some amazing people. I think my favorite like moments are where, you know, I've watched like my favorite film, and then 4 months down the line or 6 months down the line, I'll find out that a certain actor's going to be in the movie that I'm working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, like,
I get to,
like I think I was like 19, and I was helping out on this press conference for one of the Avengers films. So they got like,
Oh.
yeah,
Hell.
and I remember the week before I just watched 40-Year-Old Virgin, and then
That's so
then it's suddenly
funny.
just like Paul Rudd is in this room, and I
you're
can
like,
just see him, and I'm like,
I've seen you.
oh
I
my
know
God,
you.
I was
Paul Rudd.
laughing at you.
I was laughing at
Yeah.
I think I have that though, you know, when you see a celebrity, you're like, oh shit, you're actually real.
Yeah.
Like I forget
Do
you're
you know what?
actually
I always
human.
get that when I find out about celebrities' heights. I think I'm really bad for assuming people's heights, and then when I find out their real height and I suddenly have to visualize them as a person in front of me, I'm like, oh.
When I
That's
worked
not-
in
that's not
Hackney,
right.
in the cafe I worked in, we had a lot of celebrities
Oh, I
in,
bet, yeah.
and I was like, oh, why the fuck am I taller than you? I was like, I'm small. I'm 5'3", so if you're smaller than me, it's like you're small. So that every time I was
All our
like,
small listeners out there are like,
We just standing there
I was
looking
like, I'm so
heights,
fucking
like,
tall
oh.
right now.
damn.
I know. But you also do a lot. You also do some creative things yourself, as we've seen on the Instagram.
Yes. I
Plug.
put together a
Plug.
little short film that hopefully I think in
teeny
a month's
little
time
critique
will
short
come
Oh,
out.
nice.
Yeah, it was. I was
Did
working
you
up in
direct that and everything?
yeah, directed
right.
and wrote it. Yeah, that in itself was like a wild thing. It was just working on a film TV show up in Manchester, and then I just got along really, really well with this amazing person called Henry Home.
Shout out to Henry.
Shout out Henry.
Henry, if you want to come on, you can come on.
Yeah.
He's an amazing
Again, we're
human
desperate.
being.
We're available.
And it was like one of the first weeks of filming, and we were just talking, and he just sort of said like while we're up here, we should just make something and just see what we can put together.
Have you always kind of wanted to go into a bit of directing, or
Not
he pushed you a little bit?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I'd written something before, but just during lockdown, and just thought
Just something to do. Yeah.
okay, like what else am I gonna do? Aside from drinking beer and crying into a tissue.
That's okay.
As per the whole nation. But yeah, he really pushed me and just said write something, just see what we can do. And then just every now and then he'll come up to me during lunch and be like, what have you written? And then
I feel like everyone needs a friend like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how things get started. I mean,
yeah,
this
exactly.
podcast got started because I was like, Megan, I had a dream about something, and Megan was
let's
like,
fucking do it.
well, let's not let it just be a cool dream.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get together and make it happen. And then suddenly I was like, oh shit, yeah, it actually doesn't just have to be a dream that was in my head. It could be real.
I made it happen.
Here we all are. So nice.
But I think that's what's so amazing, having people around you to just
Cheer
that
you
one
on a
person,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just never know who
Soul.
that one person will be who'll turn around and just be like, well, no, just give it a go, and you never see, you will never know what will happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was that person for me, and just really like, you know, kept me on my toes. And I think it was like 3 weeks after that, I put this little script together, and he looked at it, and then he just was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And then we, you know, spoke to this other amazing person who was on the job as well, Joel.
Joel, you're next.
Just gonna be
you're next. Line them up.
And then the pair of them, they, we just picked a date, did a location scout, and that was it. And
Incredible.
then he and I and us three, we just went around to the crew and just sort of went, fancy helping out on a little short film we're putting together.
Hell yeah.
And then one person said yes, and it was this whole snowball of like people being like, you know what, like let's do it.
I was saying
It
this yesterday that it's so nice that obviously working in a cutthroat industry is hard, but it means that you're constantly surrounded by people who love what they do, because you can't give what it takes to make it in the industry unless you absolutely fucking love it, which then enables things like that to happen where, you know, people just want to make stuff.
Yeah,
like
I think that's
creative
the one thing,
people just want to make stuff. Me and Megan. We can stop laughing yesterday when our other guest left. I was like, Megan, I don't think we could come across as more desperate to actually do some work.
Like, so can you hire me, please?
Yeah, so apologies for that. We really can't help it. But no, that is so nice. What was it like when you saw sort of
it, like,
the short
coming
film
together,
like,
as well.
and just knowing that was
your little baby coming to life?
It's just so surreal. It was really surreal because like, just from it just being us three, and then it would turn out to be 22 people.
That's crazy as well, because that's like 22 people that had faith in you.
Yeah, and wanted to help you.
Which
it wasn't, I don't think it was just me. I think it was because it was like
they actually hated me.
That was an absolute.
I just had blackmail, so they had to do.
Yeah, I was just a horrible person to them all the time. No, I think it was just you know, it was like a band together, and I'm like beyond grateful for every single person who helped, and you know, it's like it's a family. I think that's the one thing people always
100%,
forget, and you know, like you always want to remind each other, like on
you want to
TVs
get
and
along
films.
with everyone.
You are like a big family, because unfortunately you've got to spend 12 hours 5-6 days a week with people for 6 months.
You grow bonds so fast, don't you? Because you have to. And then it's so weird when it all ends and you're like, oh,
back to reality.
When will I see you again? Don't know.
Do you see yourself making more short? I'm saying.
Do you see it?
I wasn't saying it in that way of like. So when are me and Jordan going to be in the next short film? I wasn't.
Yes, you were. Okay, well I'm asking it in that way.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years' time, and how many are we going to be in?
But yeah, no, seriously. What do you see yourself making? Like even like a actual film, or like more short films?
Yeah, I definitely hope so. I think I want to get this one in the bag and sort of sealed and done, so then I can, you know, focus on the next one. But
is there like a genre you like focus on? Because you know how some directors like they're like, my movies are just depressing, or mine are just horror movies. You know what I mean? Like, is there like a genre?
Is that what yours would be, Megan? Is that what you're saying? Horror and depressing.
I don't have the creativity to make a film. Okay, so
I don't have the technological or the scheduling.
That's why I'm an actor, Jordan.
Yeah,
that's why I can
honestly,
do it.
genuinely, and I probably said this yesterday, I genuinely feel like by the time you get to set, actors have the easiest job.
Yeah,
we've seen the script, we've read our lines, we know our characters, we've done the work behind the scenes. We just show up and do it. When I watch anyone on the crew doing anything, I'm always like in awe, and it always makes me laugh. You know, there's this whole like thing of like, the talent is on set, like the talent need a break, the talent this, and I'm always like, why are we called the talent? Like, everyone here is talented, and I really feel like I'm doing the least amount of work right now. I've actually been sat waiting for my scene for like 2 hours. I'm fine. Like, is everyone else all right? It's crazy because it's weird. I mean, our other guest was very much like, but like there's no film without the actors, and we're like, there's no film without anyone there. Like it's insane.
I think it's cool seeing like the difference between like you and Brad as well, because Brad like helps more. Like when I worked with him on Melodrive.
Hi Brad, hope you're listening.
He better fucking be. I'll kill him if he doesn't. Like he was the assistant director. And like just seeing his work, because obviously that was I was saying like that was my first ever time on a set as well. and it is a family by the end of it. Yeah, I was only there for a week. They were together a week before I joined, so I was like, a bit nervous, but it was like the best experience to know everyone had their heart in it. And yeah, you just like, yeah, you like create a bond. Like even having Brad around yesterday, I hadn't seen him like nearly a year, but it's like no difference because it's like we just know what. I don't know how to put it into words.
You spend so much time around each other that it's not difficult to fall back into it. I think.
No, 100%.
I think as well, and when you've like, I feel like there's something really quite like intimate about having like a distinct shared goal with someone. Like we both work together to make something happen. Like there's common interests and then there's like having a common goal, and I think that is so like such a huge reason of why people do like melt together so well on film sets, and like the same with like, you know, stage shows and things like that. Like it just happens because there's no other way to be. Like if you all want to make this thing happen, you all need to, you know, have each other's backs.
Actually, I should have asked this to Brad probably the other day, but I'll ask
oh my god,
you.
Brad. Nathan is right here.
Oh my god, guys,
but no, but I like, would you ever want to work on stage, like doing behind the scenes of that?
Yeah, no, I really would.
That was a good question. Sorry guys, it's coming to my head. Thank you. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Because I used to do theatre when I was really little.
You're an actor too.
Oh my god, you're acting out.
Oh my god, I'm acting out. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I did when I was like 8. I did for a few years.
Damn.
Baby, oh my god.
It lasted long then.
What did you do when you were 8?
It lasted 2 days.
What did you do when you were 8? List your credits, please.
Just pull my CV out of my bag.
Oh, lovely headshot. Stunning. Look at those green eyes. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, I was part of like a theatre club in my hometown.
Where's your hometown?
Dorking. Shout out Dorking.
There we go.
Yeah.
Dorking's like, thank you.
Isn't that bit like near-ish Guildford?
Yeah.
All right.
Ish.
Is it in Surrey?
It is in Surrey.
You were in your local theatre group.
Yeah. So it was like a bunch of like people my age, and then the person I can't remember what they're called. Like the person who's like organises the theatre stuff.
That person.
Theatre guy.
Just the theatre guy.
Just that guy.
Just the guy.
He's that guy.
Wasn't even part of the theatre. Just came upstairs and just told me what to
What
do
are you
when I was 8
guys
years
doing
old.
here?
And you were like, oh my god,
I want to do this.
I want to tell people what to do. Hundreds of them in one go. It was the start of it all.
And so I did a play called Pippin. I think
Oh,
it was
yeah,
Pippin.
Pippin,
And I
yeah.
was Theo, like had to carry a little dead duck at one point.
Oh,
that's really
great.
sad.
Really positive
really,
vibes.
Yeah, I know, really
Heavy shit.
untraumatizing for an 8-year-old.
Fuck.
But then they merged my theatre one. I say my, it wasn't mine. I was
My
the one I was part of,
company.
yeah, my company.
At 8 years old, damn, you were doing a lot for when you were 8.
Aw.
Started when I was 4. And yeah, they merged it with like an adult one as well. So then like everyone kind of panicked, and you know when you're like 8, 9,
Yeah.
you're suddenly having to like
Act around the corona.
act
That's
around like
crazy.
after like school had to go and be around like a bunch of 20-year-olds. I was like, oh, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave. And
But
then
do you
just
think that it pushed you towards film? Do you think
Oh,
that
God,
It's all
yeah.
to be creative.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
stuff,
I think that was like the start of it, and then didn't think about it for a few years, and then just watched films and watched far too many.
What's your
films.
favourite film?
Oh,
Go.
12 Angry Men.
I've not heard of that.
What?
One thing
What's it
you'll
called?
learn.
Two what?
12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men.
Are you serious? Really?
I'm
I've
so
not
serious.
even
But one
heard
thing
of
we've
it.
learned on this podcast is that apparently I've
Yeah.
never watched a film
Jordan
ever.
is shit with music, movies.
Tell you what
Really? You've
though,
not- Oh my god.
because I'm like a book person, and you might be thinking, why the fuck are you an actor?
Yeah.
Good question.
Oh damn, 1957.
Yeah. It is an
Ooh.
incredibly good film.
Is it about
Maybe we'll
12
watch
Angry
it.
Men?
It is about very 12.
Oh,
What are they
shit.
angry about?
It's
Spoilers.
I'll give you a little. It is about 12 jurors, and they're debating a case
Oh.
about whether a guy's
Have you ever
guilty
watched
or
Jury
I
not.
might have to.
I have, yeah. That's
Yeah,
also
isn't it
very
so good,
It's so
isn't it?
good.
I have seen.
It's so good. I love that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Let's go back
12
and
Angry
forth
Men.
what we've
Okay,
watched.
okay. Why is that your favourite film? What's kind of the story there of what that film means to
I
you?
think it's because it's about the story
yeah.
rather than like these. I mean, like the cinematography and the acting and everything about it is amazing, but it can be a podcast, it can be a theatre show, it can be everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's just the story is so I don't want to spoil it for you guys, 'cause you've really got to watch it. You've got to really watch it. But yeah, it's just one of those ones where it's about an hour and 25 minutes long, and you're so drawn
Just
in straight
invested
away.
in it,
Because
yeah.
it all takes place in one room, apart from the beginning and then at the end. So the beginning is like in the courtroom, and then all the 12 jurors go
That's
into
amazing.
It does sound good.
Also, going back
Very
to
good.
what you just said about stories is so sweet to me, because in the first episode, Megan and I, we talk about why we're doing any of this.
Yeah.
Like, because we do a lot of moaning about, we've had no auditions, we're desperate and absolutely gagging to actually do some work, and why are we doing any of this? And the sort of conclusion that we came to is that we love stories, so we want to tell the stories, and that's how we end up
becoming
having
a
this podcast.
character.
Because, you know, between acting jobs, we were both kind of like, what do we do now? Like, what the hell? And like I mentioned yesterday, like with the modelling work that I do, it's all very story oriented as well. And like Megan and I, we love books, we love video games, we love podcasts, we love films, we love TV. It's all stories. Everything is about stories. And I think everyone involved in film just wants to tell a story. Whereas Megan and I want to be the little bodies that do it.
I want you to cry at my performance, but in a good way. Because I was saying on when we were doing the little intro yesterday, because I watched Iron Claw.
Okay, yeah.
If you both need to watch it. I've not, like, you know when a movie like sticks with you, and I have to do all that research into it, like, because it was based off a true event as well, and I genuinely couldn't think of the last time a movie did that to me.
Wow.
Where I was like sobbing my eyes out when I was watching it. For one, at the end, I was like, my eyes were so puffy. But it was just like such a beautiful story, and Zac Efron's in it. But his performance is so amazing. Like when I think of Zac Efron, I think of High School Musical, obviously, because that's who I know him from.
So do I, every night.
But his acting was just amazing. The guy, I don't know his name, but he played the dad in it. Again, like such an amazing performance. And it's like when I watch stuff like that, or if I go and watch a play or something like that, I'm like, that's why I want to do it. Like it, like. I want someone to watch something I've been in and go like, oh my god, they were so fucking good.
Yeah.
One day.
I want to die on screen.
Oh.
And like,
I want to have a
Oh,
crazy
right. I was supposed to say, yeah. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god. I want to have a crazy death scene. I want to watch myself. I want to sit in a cinema and I want to watch myself die in the most
you're like,
dramatic
yeah,
way
die
Is
bitch.
this
and I
like
came
a-
so close.
Some form of like therapy.
This podcast, yes.
Like tearing yourself.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
this podcast is therapy.
I
Like,
want
it is
to
free
watch
therapy.
myself die on the big screen. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be so funny. I think I'd make like a screenshot of it, my profile picture. I think that'd be incredible.
That would be
Guys,
pretty
watch
cool,
this space.
yeah.
As soon as my
You're
profile
quoting
picture.
yourself now.
Oh my god, wait. Okay, no, that doesn't count.
In Melodrive, I have to like cry, and it's gonna be the most ugliest thing in the world. Because obviously they put
But
that
as an
thing-
actor,
oh gosh.
we
Oh,
give
the,
up ownership.
Yeah.
over
And
our
I'd never done it before, so I was like, my eyes were
You've never
burning.
cried before.
No, because I put that. Then I was like, oh my god, my eyes are burning. What the fuck is happening right now?
It's probably the
And it was like red, and I was like, we couldn't actually do this thing. I was like, guys, I can't open my eyes, like they are burning. But at least it would be
I
good
don't
for the
think
shot.
great.
So all they're going to include you just going, oh my god.
I got my eyes,
My eyes are burning. Like,
I've never cried before.
you know the little fish
Emotions.
in SpongeBob. You know in the SpongeBob movie when Neptune takes his crown off and he's bald, and everyone's like, ah!
Don't bring back SpongeBob, because I'll do my impersonation.
No, we're going back to the main serious questions. Do you have a horror story for us?
Oh god. I think
You can look him in.
I've got a non-film work related horror story,
Perfect.
Okay, that's fine.
which is a personal one, but
Oh.
it's one that keeps me up.
We're listening.
It's-
This is therapy
it's
time
listening.
with
And
Megan
so-
and
So
Jordan.
are thousands of other people.
Thousands. 80 people maybe,
Maybe
pushing
this
it.
will be the one. Maybe. It will.
Maybe.
right.
This is on you
This
to
is
get
on
this
me,
out there.
okay. God, I really hope my brother doesn't mind me telling you this, because he's gonna murder
If
me.
we better not fucking sue us.
So it was my brother's and my sister-in-law's wedding.
Nice.
It's a wedding day, very luxurious. It was
Gorgeous.
a beautiful day, sunny day. I was the best man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big up, big up.
Big up. And they were getting married in Scotland. And their little wedding venue was like a lovely mansion.
How old are you?
Castle, 24.
Okay, you weren't 8, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, I wasn't 8. Yeah, I was running around as a best man, having to do the best man speech at 8. It was like a beautiful manor, sort of castle, like where the whole wedding in itself took place in that venue. And I got myself familiarised with everything. I saw the bridal suitewear, like the bridesmaids get ready and all that, and it was really, really nice. And the day progressed, wedding happened, they both said yes.
Fuck
They
yeah.
both said I do.
That's good.
That's a good story, yeah. So it's going well so far.
My brow with the sweat because I was so relieved.
Yeah, but the more it goes well, the more scared I am.
Yeah.
I got more and more drunk as everyone else did.
Epic and
And
awesome.
then my brother at some point in the night just comes up to me and just says, "Oh, do you mind taking this box and putting it into our room, like our hotel room that's just up 2 flights of stairs?" And I was like, "Pfft,
Of course I
of
can.
course I can."
Mate,
Best man.
light work for
Yeah.
me.
Easy.
Yeah.
Gave me the key, took the key, ran up 1 flight of stairs, go past the reception, got up the other flight of stairs and opened this door, which is the very first door at the top of the flight of stairs. And I was like, great, this is the room that I've been popping my head in all day to see Nick, my sister-in-law. Run in with this box and didn't have to open the door, didn't have to unlock it because it was already unlocked. I was like, that's,
Boom, yeah.
silly of them not to
Easy,
lock it,
yeah.
but whatever.
No judging.
Run in, dump the box, and there's a lady lying on the bed, fast asleep.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm really, really sorry. Tom's just given me this box just to put into the room and for them to collect the next morning when they wake up and it's just there in the room. And she just rolls over and just gives me this like ghastly ghost look. And I'm drunk, so I'm like, there's the box. See you later.
Oh my god.
Walk out, close the door, don't lock it because it's unlocked.
She
And I
didn't
just
lock
thought,
it? Yeah,
it's
that's
probably one of Nick's friends, Tom's friends, someone that I just didn't
hungover,
recognise.
really not
yeah.
okay. Yeah, they
Yeah.
need the moment to themselves.
Go past reception, just said, I've just put a box in, my brother's room. Go back downstairs and hand the key back to my brother and go, it's really weird, like, why didn't you lock the door? And there's like who's the lady that's in your bed that's fast asleep? And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, the girl that's asleep. It must be one of Nick's friends, right? He was like, no. He was like, no, that's not okay. That's bad. You need to go back upstairs and find out who that was in our bed where we're about to go to sleep in like 2 hours time. So I was like, oh fuck. So I run upstairs, like frantically. Oh my god! Like who is this person who's just broken into my brother's, hotel room? Run up, and then I'm about to pass reception, and there's a big box, the box on reception desk, and there's about 4 of them giving me the most death stare of look. Then they went, "Sorry, sir, did you put this box in the bridesmaid's room?" And I was like, yeah, because my brother and my sister-in-law, that's their hotel room. And they're like, no, it's not. You've just put a box in the bridesmaid for the next day. Yeah,
so she wasn't
just
even...
no idea who she was. She had no idea who I was. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning.
She's trying to get her beauty for her wedding the next day.
Maybe
bloke.
she thinks it was all a dream.
Oh, I bloody well hope so.
Day.
But yeah, this random bloke just runs in, dumps a box, runs out 2 o'clock in the morning.
Do you think she had a rummage?
I
would have.
I would have.
I would have stuck my hand in there.
I don't know. If I was in a room trying to sleep and the random person comes in, I'd be like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't know. I think I'd be a bit...
Yeah.
I think I'd be a bit like, oh, shit.
Wow.
Yes, that's
I mean, you are blameless in that. I feel.
Yeah.
Also, lock your doors.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I
Lock
think that's
your
one
doors.
thing I kept saying. I kept saying, well, why didn't she lock her door? And everyone's like, well, no, but who just runs into a hotel room?
Yeah, but who leaves their
Unbeknownst.
hotel room unlocked?
And then I had to,
Like, so sorry.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, but I had to see her the next day.
Oh
no! Like, I was
Sorry
hoping,
about
like,
that.
my
Sorry about that
brother,
box.
Like, takes
What
stuff
did your
out
brother say?
He just called me every name under the book. He was like, you're an idiot. Like, how could you do that? How could you not realise?
It makes a good story.
It's
a
and it'll
great
be,
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially for a wedding.
Yeah.
Sleepless nights, I tell you.
I love a
Very,
wedding.
very sleepless nights.
Wow. Well, hopefully you have a few less of those now that you've spoken this out.
I've tried to speak it out so many times, and I'm just like,
Guys,
remember.
always check
These
a room before
microphones
you
are
go
magic, they
in.
absorb trauma. Isn't that right? Megan, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh
correct.
God.
Correct information. Okay. Thank you so much for that. There were highs, there were lows. My heart was beating fast.
Yeah,
That was crazy. Okay, to bring it back to a place of film
Yes.
and you and your work and your legacy.
Oh God. Oh my
yeah,
God.
big word.
My
Big word.
legacy.
What are your hopes for your career going forward, and what are your hopes for the film industry as a whole?
That's a very good
Jordan's
question.
got very good
right?
questions.
Oh,
I feel
that's
like I
like
shouldn't
really
be.
good.
I have such a big, fat, juicy brain.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love watching. Have you guys ever watched like Hot Wings?
I did it for my
Yeah.
21st.
Did you?
What?
Yeah, there's a literal video of Meg. Is it you and Mia?
Yeah,
Megan and her old housemate Mia. They did it, and
She
they
dressed
filmed
up
it. It's
as
the funniest
him.
fucking thing I've ever
I
seen.
have to show you after this.
Oh my
You'll
God,
get to see,
please.
you'll get to
Oh
see.
my
And
God.
I did
this
the
is
bomb.
amazing. Really?
Bitch.
Anyway.
Bitch. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Like, carry on. Sorry, yes.
I just know because I love watching that because it's like the question that he asked. Like
They're so
all the
good.
guests are
Oh my
like,
god, are you
oh
the-
my God.
yeah. Yeah, but not like either. I don't think it is.
Crazy.
But like, yeah, the guests are like, God, like you're really good at questions.
And Nardwar
And
as
that's
well.
how you both
Yeah.
feel about me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh my God.
It's okay, don't be
going
shy.
back to the, going back to the question. Career-wise, I don't know.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I've never really like.
It's doing well so far. So
For now.
Also, it is quite a luxury, isn't it, to be able to be like, I want to do this. Like everyone has like
Yeah.
hopes and dreams and like, oh, I'd love to do that, but like to actually in this industry be able to sense any kind of direction.
and you're
would be
also going into
great.
like amazing jobs as well, which is
Yeah.
Can you
even better.
can you
Say what you
say any of the
worked
projects
on?
that you've been involved
Oh
in?
yeah, yeah.
Go on,
God.
do
Okay,
it.
this is
I
gonna be your
would.
fat name drop.
Me
mic
and
drop.
Jordan know
Flex,
our favourite
flex,
that you've worked
flex,
on. Do you
flex.
I think you've worked on it. I don't want to say this and then you've not worked on it.
Let's just let him say it.
Okay, you go.
Bobby.
No,
No.
Bubby?
Saltburn.
no. I
Oh.
didn't know you actually worked on
I think I was
Saltburn.
Saltburn,
Yeah,
I did a
yes, you
few
did
weeks on
because
that.
you told me that.
Oh, did I?
I was on the background of one of the shots.
How many
Oh.
times did you see Barry Keoghan's naked body?
None.
None.
Oh.
No.
Shame.
No Barry.
Anyway, carry on. No,
Oh dear God.
Barry.
No, I was just
Sorry.
thinking about Barry then
No,
for a
Barry.
second.
Barry's naked body.
Just give me a minute, guys.
Carry on.
God, that's actually really distracting me. Thinking about
I'm sorry. You're like, wow, she's
I'm
so
really-
good at questions, and now you're like, I
I'm
can't
really
think of anything to say to
flustered.
this woman.
what was the question again?
What have you
Okay,
worked on?
so-
Oh, what have I got
Yeah,
again?
we'll go back to the big question. For now, this is your chance to like flex.
Barbie, Saltburn, The Witcher.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Oh, is that
Yeah.
something? Really?
Because we're fantasy.
we
Girl.
love
Oh,
fantasy.
okay.
Fantasy books, fantasy shows.
played
fantasy
Witcher 3?
everything.
The game?
A bit.
I've
Not fully all the way through.
Oh, I'm being judged.
I'll be both being judged. That's come on. Wait, you've never played Witcher 3?
Not like.
I've never played Witcher full
But I've
stop.
like watched playthroughs. It's on my agenda.
Of course, yes.
There's the pile of
It's-
games that I need to play is atrocious.
and books you need to read, so it's like.
Oh yeah, because
Shut
it's
the
based on the
fuck up.
books, isn't it? But yeah,
Yeah, I
Witcher,
do want to read the books.
That was a wild job.
Henry in real
Do
life.
you have any
Yeah.
tales from
Um,
The Witcher?
it was tough because it was during COVID.
Oh,
Damn, yeah.
crap.
Yeah, so that whole world was.
Yeah.
How was
Unbeknownst.
okay, going back to iPhone Face, sorry I totally just
Yeah.
interrupted you. But going back to iPhone Face, having to select the vibe for that kind of thing where
Ooh,
it's like
yeah.
a fantasy world where there especially, you know, The Witcher is extremely diverse for fantasy media, like to an extent that I feel like wasn't really seen before.
Yeah.
Like such a diverse world, but still with that fantasy element. How was like crafting that for you? Because I'm sure as well there's like, you know, fantasy is always quite epic. You have to construct like this whole world.
Or
What
most of the time
was-
it's like green screen as
Yeah.
well, which
But
is
it
challenging.
was amazing. We had some of the most amazing sets I've ever seen
Oh my
because we all
God.
filmed it in. Oh God, where was
You're
it?
literally like living mine in Jordan's fantasy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That
wish I
is
was
like
living my own
top of our
fantasy.
list of things we want to do would be fantasy.
It was
fantasy.
like it was.
That's like our bread and
amazing.
fucking butter.
Yeah.
It was just quite cool because when you were like,
When you're a big fat fucking nerd, sorry. That was aimed at me.
But also you.
directly at me. Yeah, no, it was crazy because like the sets, like they'll build these fake villages,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you like get to walk through, and like you'll see people dressed as like elves and people with like knights and shields and swords, and like you're walking around,
Crazy.
and you're like, oh my God, this is really cool.
Low key, did you want to be dressed up as one of them as well? Yeah.
So many times I was like, make me an elf, please, guys. Put the ears, because I think the like prosthetics would put ears on people.
We both
never
have
take
fake ears.
Me and Megan both have elf ears just on hand at any given moment.
It was for Halloween, but also because we wanted
Should
them.
everyone?
I did a self tape with elf ears on once.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was
for
the character. It wasn't
say,
like
like a
random.
modern day
randomly.
piece, yeah.
It was for like EastEnders. Like, let me show them what I'm about.
It's like a Sky TV commercial, just got random. Yeah. But yeah, it was. I think The Witcher's up there with one of my favourites as well.
Be.
But yeah, during COVID was. Oh, yeah, it was
keeping
tough.
that distance and everything. Yeah.
Testing 3 times a week.
Yeah.
All the way down the throat, up the nose.
Or the up the nose.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was good. And then seeing Henry being Henry was like amazing as
Megan.
well.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of that Twitter. Yeah, we'll show Nathan after this.
We found a gif of Henry Cavill
I'm gonna show you
yesterday that
now.
was
We were like
mind altering.
Oh
we
god.
were
I
like,
haven't been the same since.
Why?
he's such a.
'Cause
You will
it's-
see why.
Oh.
Let me get it up.
Oh my god, we're being horny on main. This is
Like stop it.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
yeah, the
I
sword.
don't know. I don't rate the buzz cut though.
I do.
I do.
I do. Okay, actually, my next question that I want you to answer really quick before we go back to the big question is, what does your hair look like under that hat?
It's shaven. It's shaven.
You were just
It's
slagging
gone.
off a bud cut. Take
Yeah,
off the hat.
but
We're not releasing
it's
that
all
episode unless
gone.
I see
It's
the
all
top of your
gone.
head.
It's all gone.
Oh
Why are you
damn!
slandering
Yeah,
that buzz cut?
Because Henry's got luscious hair, and I don't. I don't have luscious hair anymore. But yeah, that does.
You can put your hat back on. Sorry, I didn't want to make you uncomfortable.
No, it does make me uncomfortable.
But like, I was wondering.
What was
Everyone-
under the hat?
What's
What's under the hat?
No, it's just like another head.
Another
Just like
face.
peeling off.
Put it
Like
to
Harry
the
Potter.
brain.
It's like undoes the turban. It's like another Harry Potter head.
Crazy.
But yeah, and when he wears the wig and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Mate.
No. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
But for all the crowd on those days, the
Yeah.
Times would start in the morning as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, Anna
Unbelievable.
Taylor. Is that Anna? No, not Anna.
Um,
Her name's
Anya Chalotra? Is that
her
it?
name? Anya, the other who is the love interest with Henry's character.
I was right. It's Anya Chalotra.
Okay, Queen.
Suck it, bitches. Maybe we can leave that in.
Yes.
Me just- anyway, I was right. You were all wrong. She's incredible.
Yeah.
She's incredible. And they fuck on a unicorn. Hell yeah.
Do they?
Jordan.
That's like, have you played The Witcher 3?
Yeah. Oh,
How
yeah.
could you
yeah,
forget something
what-
like that?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the things,
All
like
the things I remember every
fucking on a
night.
unicorn.
Okay, clearly that's what stood out to me. Not a live.
I've
I
not
think
played
it's
it,
like
so
stuffed. Maybe we'll play together.
that's a good shout, actually.
Definitely
Yeah.
have to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the big question.
Yes.
Okay, you kind of covered your hopes for your career in that. Hey, who knows? I guess just keeping on working would be nice.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. I mean, I think the one thing that has kind of like come into fruition like recently is like the actors and the writers strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's like putting a massive.
We're not international enough for that to have affected us in any way.
We try to succeed.
But if you would like to elaborate on that, that would be very interesting.
Yeah, it was. I got it. It was like November, maybe a bit before. No, I tell a lie. August time. It was around
Yeah.
August. The writers were going on strike, and then the actors followed suit, all for very, very, very good reasons
yes,
why.
of
Yeah.
100%.
And it was all, purposeful, and it was beneficial for like the industry as a whole, because
Yeah.
it's not only just about the actors, it's about the crew as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
for people like me,
They
who
do
deal
get
with the
forgotten,
extras,
yeah.
and the crowd and all the extras,
Yeah.
they're striking because in the future you can easily just replace the crowd and the extras with digital AI.
Yeah.
So it's like that
That's
was
a
a big
scary thing.
part. Yeah,
to
that was
think
like a
about,
thing where I'm like,
yeah.
oh god.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the industry it's a bit unknown at the moment.
Yeah.
I think everyone's a little bit nervous maybe for some, because it's not as in stone anymore
Yeah.
because of how
Technology is
yeah,
just
it's
changing,
really really
yeah.
advancing. Yeah,
Of course,
and
someone should make a film about that.
Black Mirror. It's very Black Mirror-esque.
That's true.
I'm actually talking about myself. I was in a AI.
Oh shit! Yeah.
film
Sorry.
Oh, were you?
that is like pushing how far you can push the AI in filmmaking,
Yeah.
and also like being quite satirical of it at the same time, of like the consequences of what will happen. Haven't seen it yet. It's not out yet. Probably the highlight of my career. Hey,
That's very
no
true.
idea when anyone will ever see it, if ever. That's a thing that kind of sucks as an actor, is that
bet,
when
yeah.
you're not in the loop of the like creative process. Like Megan's the same with the film that she did.
Nearly
We're
a year
literally
I
sat
filmed it
around
and I
like
don't
Oh,
know
one
really?
day
what
this
the
film will
fuck it is.
probably just come out, and I will find out about it with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
It's just
And
like-
you want to be
yeah.
like, hey, remember
It's
me?
like knocking on the door.
When is the film coming out? And I'm like, oh god, I don't want to bother people. But yeah, with that one that I did, I have not heard anything since the shooting. Like, they could have watched all the footage back and gone, scrap this, and I just don't know.
Yeah.
And
But
I do need to ask, but
Is that
scary.
quite hard? Do you think like because you've done
I think
something
with
you
us
could be
as well.
impressed
Especially,
Yeah.
by?
I think because we are still quite fresh.
Yeah.
We need the footage.
That
Yeah, of
having
course, it's like
having
adds to your
real
show reel.
footage is invaluable to us, and we're both at a place where we've done the projects, we just don't have the footage,
Yeah.
and the footage is what's gonna get us more jobs. So it's kind of, you're in a little bit of like stasis, but obviously, I mean, that's hardly a fucking complaint. Like, to have done any work
Yeah.
is an absolute
Yeah, as in
privilege,
it's like a
and
gem
Yeah.
in
it's
its own.
incredible. And you know, oh wow, I'm sat around waiting to see the film I was in. Like, fuck me, I was in a fucking film. Like, whoa. Yeah, but it is weird, but also, you know, what do we know about the behind the scenes? And I feel like I'm so ignorant to how long it actually all takes,
Yeah.
and I will fully
Yeah.
admit to that. Like, obviously I can comprehend it, but I do feel like also whenever I'm on a film set, I'm always like, so when do you guys think this will be finished? And the date they tell you, you got to add 1 year onto it probably. Everyone feels very optimistic when they're making a film. I
You did
think.
quite a fast turnaround for your short film.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for Christmas, I think it would be a lot sooner.
Mm.
Because it's just two talking heads. It's not like really big and
Me and
elaborate.
Megan have heads that talk.
For fuck's sake, Jordan.
You do. I feel like I've got to now. This is like written in the stars, isn't it?
We actually won't let you out of this house until you put
Sign
in
the
writing.
contract.
You're like, we will.
Only hire us
Sorry,
if we
yeah.
fit the role.
This
Do
actually
not
isn't
listen
your
to
flat.
Jordan.
This is just like a base camp for me.
It's
to
gonna
speed
fall
the
down
lots
in
away.
a second.
Yep. Okay, I'm really sorry.
But yeah, it's. But how did you guys find it? Like your first days?
We're
on-
interviewing
Oh,
you,
crazy.
bitch.
No, I wanna know.
I
so
said before we
interested.
started he could ask us questions. Mate, fucking terrifying, because we trained in musical theatre.
Yeah.
We had just third year, we had one screen acting class a week, and this was during COVID. So all it was pretty much self-tapes. And so my first experience on a film set, I was playing the main character. I was doing
Jesus.
a student film.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I've said this before, I cannot say anything bad about my experience on that film. They were so professional that, having gone and done things with professional, I will say there was no difference. They were incredible. And I probably haven't even told them this. I didn't even know when to go, because I was like, I know probably they're going to say action at some point. and they would say like background action. And so literally the first take on the first day, they said background action. And in my head I went, I don't think I should go. I don't think I should go. I don't think I should go. And there was a big pause. And then they went action. I went, oh, that's
It's
probably
me,
me.
it's me.
That's me.
My
And I did
turn.
it. And then in my head I was like, okay, no one said anything. I got that right. Keep on doing that. And I literally learned as I went, like completely. Because it's just not what we were trained to do at all.
I think it's a hard thing to teach though as well, isn't it?
Yeah, like experience on a film set. You can.
So
I feel like, you know, when they teach acting for screen as well, it's very much how to do the acting part, but there's so much other like etiquette and technical stuff that
Well,
you
it was
just
like
kind
we
of
were
have to learn.
when we were doing Melodrive. It was a lot of the time the public was there, so it was like them
gosh.
trying to ask questions, or like if there's a kid in the background doing something stupid, they're like, okay, we're gonna have to redo that bit. That happened quite a few times.
Okay, we're gonna have
and
to
then
shoot that kid.
yeah.
Sorry.
But also then
Sorry.
it oh my gosh, I mean, yeah, we did do that at the same time as well. A dead child on
I
scene.
shouldn't do podcasting after I've had a day at work, because it makes me
It's just-
go a bit strange.
But also the weather as well, like that was a big problem when we were doing Melodrive. So I think it's like not even like the acting, it's the environment as well. But everyone was amazing, so it was like fine.
Yeah, I think when you're in like a safe space where you're like, oh, I'm not scared to make mistakes, and like I think, you know, for us there's such a quite often like lengthy process to even getting to the film set. There's like getting the brief, like your agent has to push to get you an audition.
Yeah.
You get the self-tape, you get the recall, and then like maybe you have like the meetings before, you get read-throughs if you're lucky. Like there's a lot of steps that gets you to the film set so that by the time you're there, you kind of know the people that you can turn to for help and stuff like that.
Do they just look at your CV then hire you? Is that how that works for you? Because obviously you don't have to do an audition or recalls.
I've never done an interview before.
Oh,
yeah.
They
So
just like, well, you've had that experience.
Yeah, and I think it's like such a tedious thing,
it's
but
it
is all about who you know.
Yeah.
And then you'll message someone, and that person's worked with someone you've worked with before, and they'll like give you a good reference, and someone else will pass your contact number who you should message, and it's kind of like a big like circuit where you're constantly trying to remind people that, hey, I might be working on a 6-month job, but after that 6 months,
I need another job.
I always say
please.
you can't be afraid to be annoying in this industry.
And I think that
And I am afraid to be annoying.
I'm always annoying.
You are being. No, I'm joking.
But like, I think it's just a whole just constantly selling yourself and being, the best person that you can be. But it is nice because you meet so many amazing people, and so many like people who've come from different walks of life, to then kind of go in this big family to work on one project together, where you're all working on it with passion, and because some people are very particular about the jobs they work on as well. Like assistant directors I know of very particular because they love the director that they've worked with before, or the story's just that amazing that they just want to be a part of it, and a part of like can point to the screen and be like, I worked on that and worked with some amazing actors and directors and all that sort of stuff. So but it's all about just trying to sell yourself to people, and you might not even have to send your CV. You can just say, hey, I've worked with.
If you show that in ambition, and they can see through that message that you have a love for this, and you're not just doing it because you want money. Obviously, that's a bonus, but you actually have you love what you do. I think that helps.
Did you
exactly?
Sorry if there's a bit personal. We don't have to actually have this on the podcast. Did you have to do much unpaid work to establish yourself? Because I feel like that is a thing that happens a lot in the industry. You are kind of expected to work for free to get experience before you can work to be paid.
And you don't get that as such on films and TV shows. It's very, very rare. But on commercials and like small promo stuff, you get that a lot.
That's crazy to me because commercials are the highest paying thing. As an actor, the buyouts on commercials are crazy.
God,
wild.
Like just to get one commercial, I'm like, okay, I'm financially okay for the time being.
Like,
it's great.
I'm waiting.
One day.
Some of the buyouts are
commercial crew wise, it can be like you'll get a few people, but that's kind of how I got my start. Is the person that I first started working with, he is a DOP on commercials. So I did a Christmas commercial with him when I think I just turned 17.
Wow.
And I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And he just texted me a time he was going to pick me up because he lived not too far away from me. Jumped in his car, 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy.
And he just taught me the ropes, and I generally do owe him everything.
That's all it takes, isn't it? It's one person to be like willing
to help you.
And I think I don't think I got paid for quite a number of the things I did, but I didn't mind. I was like, I was at college. This is amazing. I just
knew it was going to help your career.
I just told my college I was ill all the time, and it's like definitely not working.
But I mean, I'm sure they're like raving about you now.
Oh, my teacher 100% knew. He was just like, you're going to be ill tomorrow, aren't you? And I was like,
I can already hear it in my throat, man.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done.
But I think having the drive to just accept like the opportunities is important, but not also kind of getting like people taking advantage of you and just using you as another pair of hands. But commercials were great, and then I just found some email addresses online, and I messaged this wonderful human being called Sarah Townsend. Shout out Sarah, who is just an incredible person, and I just emailed her on like a Thursday night, and I just said, "Oh, hey, this is my CV. Never worked on a TV show before. Never worked on a film before.
Really selling yourself.
Yeah, really. So I was really going for it. But here's my CV. I make really good teas and coffees. You know, let me know if you ever need me." Then I kid you not, 5 minutes later, she emailed back and was like, "Can you work tomorrow?"
You're like,
Wow.
I was like, what? And then I replied back to the email, and it was like it wasn't sending. And I was like,
fuck.
Yeah.
and then it sent, and then she like texted me as well. And she's like, "Are you sure you can work tomorrow?" I was like, yeah. And then met her on that.
Wow.
Did that one day, and then me and her got along really, really well. Then did another day, and then another day, and then I think I went back to commercials for a while, for like 3 months, and then I got this random text from her, and she was just like, "Do you want to do this TV show called The Witcher?" And I was like,
"Oh no,
hello." I was like, "Oh."
I threw up in the corner and I went,
God.
Yeah, okay, I'm available.
Yeah, I think I'm free actually.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that also shows like if people are listening, they're like, "Oh, I've not gone to university. Can I do it?" Of just being a good person and then just doing it
brave.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I think if you were a dick to her, or if your personalities didn't get along, she wouldn't have helped you.
Yeah.
But because you were caring and you were like, "I want to do this."
Now you've said you make good teas, the next round's on you.
I was going to say,
that's
why didn't
what she
you?
said. She said
why
she
didn't you make
didn't
another tea?
She didn't even look at my CV. She
You
just
sent
saw
her a
that
picture
message.
of a brew
Of
and were
tea.
like,
Tea and coffee.
Well,
She was
she
like,
was
"Well,
like,
that." Yeah.
That's what we fucking need right now.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That's funny.
So I owe her a lot. Yeah.
Fat
and
shout out.
Yeah, big shout out for that. But it's just like, I think it's just so interesting. Like just one message to one person can completely change.
Yeah. And it did.
Change everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not going to university is such a sort of blessing in disguise.
Makes
Yeah.
me feel kind of like actually optimistic about life.
You sound so uncertain. Like,
No, it's just nice. I really, doing this podcast, I'm really enjoying hearing
Other people's
other people's
100%.
perspectives because Megan and I, like we're different. We've got different castings, but like we trained at the same place. We graduated at the same time. We're with the same agent. Like we are very much in the same boat. Like we're in very similar situations, and we've had a very similar process. And I mean, that's why we started the podcast. Is we come from like a working class background. We managed to get into drama school. We managed to survive drama school, an environment not made for working class people at all, in an industry that I would say is not really made for working class people. And we're trying to make it happen, and that's why this podcast has happened. But there's so many different avenues into the creative industries. Like drama schools especially like to make out that they are the only route into the industry for actors.
Yeah,
but
100%.
they're saying that because they want
Well,
your
the
money. But yeah, so it's really refreshing to hear, a perspective. Obviously it's different. You're on the other side. It is a bit of a different process, but just that, anything's possible if you're not afraid to be annoying.
100%.
I think that's the biggest thing is that
That's a lesson of the day.
like if you've got the passion and you want to do it,
Megan and I
think like the only person that'll be stopping yourself is
100%.
yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you
And like that's why we're doing this as well, because it's like we know in our career there's going to be gaps.
Yeah.
Not long.
We're in it
long
for
fucking gaps.
But we're in this for the long haul.
No,
like this is our
100%.
way of sort of going, we do have talks about, longevity, and because obviously acting work is not consistent work, there's always another job that you have to do that can be quite demoralizing, I would say. And this is our way of being like, okay, we're in this for the long run, so we need to make the gaps bearable.
Yeah.
And not even bearable, enjoyable, I would say. We need to do something that keeps us as creatives ticking along and having projects and feeling like we're working towards something. And, we've always said about this podcast that, like, we don't really care what happens with it. I mean, we love it and we want it to be successful, but, like, this is for
whatever
us.
happens,
Like, we're already, I would say, happier for it. Like, I feel like I'm being more productive than I have for a long time because, like, those bits between the acting jobs, man, they get
And you get to see me a lot as well. How fun is that?
Yeah, Megan and I see each other all the fucking time. All the time.
You love it, bitch.
Crazy. Yesterday, I was like, you know, it'd be nice for us to spend some time together not doing podcast stuff.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, we're both crying.
Wait, you serious?
Awesome.
We had a therapy session. It was a long story.
We were like, anyway, so what's actually going on in your life outside of
we go.
It was okay. Everything's fine. Okay.
We want to say thank you for like opening up and obviously being on, like, contacting us, and thank you for wanting to be on this
Also,
podcast as well.
Big shout out to you. You're the only person who actually emailed
Yeah,
us.
you were.
Oh, wow,
Everyone
actually.
else DM'd.
Really?
Everyone else DM'd, and that's
So
why
thank you for
got to
being
top of the
professional.
list,
Yeah,
'cause I was like,
and that's what you got in the job.
I was like, this guy follows the instructions. You
I
were
was so
top of the
nervous
list.
to email as well.
No, we got it. And Jordan was like, check your email, check the email.
But I was like, also Megan, who is this guy? Because I'm the one that like got the email, and so that's why I kind of kindly had to be like, hey. Can you like tell me what you do?
I was like, Jordan, he has done some really good stuff. It will be
okay, yes.
As soon as he said The Witcher, you were like,
Oh my god,
okay.
yeah.
Nothing else.
Crazy. Before we wrap up, just to end on like a nice little note for you and for everyone, what's something, and it doesn't even have to be like career related or like specifically film or anything, it would just be nice to know, like, what are you really proud of?
Oh god, I don't.
You can have a minute because we can edit this.
What's something I'm really proud of?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Is that really bad that I can't say anything?
No, not at all. I mean, this podcast is all about being honest. It's a hard question. It's a hard question.
It can be like personality wise, or like you doing the short film, or like making friends.
I would say.
It can be this podcast. It's fine.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
this
need to be
podcast.
embarrassed.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. Yeah, no, I'll make it. Yeah, I've got.
You can say whatever you like. There's no.
I would
rules.
say building my confidence up is something
Yeah.
I'm really proud of,
Nice.
because I think when I was really young, I like was so unconfident. Like
Yeah.
I'd really like the simple, meaningless task of like just picking up the phone to order like a pizza. I'd be like,
Yeah.
nope, I cannot do that. There's
Yeah.
absolutely no way I could speak to another person.
And now you shout at crowds
And now
for a
I'm like,
living.
yeah, like
That's
you guys are
crazy.
late. I'm like picking up the phone. I'm like, you guys are 5 minutes late. Where are? Yeah, but I think that's something I'm quite proud of. Is like building up the confidence from
That's definitely something to be
being this
Yeah.
person. I'm like, I can't do anything, and then put myself into like an
Yeah.
awkward position where I've got nothing to do but
Yeah.
It's
be
my
confident.
job now
It's
to
my
be
job. I'm being
confident.
paid
Fake
to be
it till
confident.
you
Yeah, I
make
think that is
it. We live by
Fake
that
it till
here.
you make it completely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on the
Thank you
pod.
very much. It's been
It's
a
actually
pleasure.
been quite inspiring.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed the conversation today, and it's been a long one.
It has.
Over an hour we've
It's a
been filming.
juicy
Oh my God.
episode. It goes fast, doesn't it, when you're
It
just
does,
having
it
so
goes
much
really
fun with the
fast.
girls?
It's like a
Yeah,
free
it goes
therapy
really
session, isn't
quick,
it?
yeah.
We're always
okay,
like,
good.
at the end, we're like, was that okay? Do you
Just
feel
like,
good? Like,
I'm
are you
so
all
bored, I
right?
wanna
You just
leave.
throw up. Like,
I could. Yeah. No, it's great.
You can do
Well, thank
little.
you so much.
You can do your little lunch.
okay, before I do, if there are any like accounts, any like,
Oh yeah.
if your
Plug
Instagram,
yourself,
you gotta
YouTube,
go
for
if
it.
you have a website, like literally anything that you want to plug or promote, anything at all.
Especially your short film,
Here's
you're
your
gonna say
chance.
what it is.
Ready, steady, go.
Just plug my Instagram, _NathanFrancis.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
my
That's where
one
it's
and
at.
only plug.
that's where it's at. And
That is where
obviously,
it's at.
you guys will see our social media post with
Yes.
Nathan on it. Okay, here we fucking go. I don't know. I'm gonna stand up to do this.
Oh,
No one's
damn.
gonna see
Oh,
it. I'm gonna
God.
stand up to do this. Thank you so much for listening to Acting Up with your host Megan Alderson
Whee!
at Megan_Alderson_. That's Alderson spelled with a fucking A. You should
Period,
know this by
bitch.
now. And me at Jordan. I'm just Jordan Skidmore, but my Instagram is at Jordan.skids.
Oh.
You can find the podcast on all social medias, everywhere, anything, anywhere, as at Acting Up the Podcast. Our email is actingupthepodcast@gmail.com. If you want to send us literally anything, send nudes. We'll have it all. Shut up, Megan. You're not
I
meant.
dropped my Instagram
Neither of you were
earlier,
meant
so
to
you
be.
can send it.
Neither of you are meant to be in this bit, so shut up. Shout out to our graphic designer Jules, who made our stunning artwork, which we have stickers of. They are at those.who_try on Instagram. We love you so much. Nathan, we love you so much. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Bye everyone. It's soup time. Soup time.
Soup time.
Soup time.